So all that is coming up a bit later on, but we're going to start with the news that Bayern Munich have confirmed manager Thomas Tuchel will leave the club at the end of the season by mutual consent, if you believe that. He spoke after his side's 3-2 defeat to relegation side Bochum at the weekend. He said he's been frustrated with his team's recent performances.
Not great, definitely not. Would like to sit here and say we have absolutely no issues, but obviously we have some. Not available, obviously, Ali. That's a muscle injury where we don't know exactly how long it takes, but definitely.
We wanted to close the gap before the week. The opposite happened. We wanted to win all 3 matches. We lost all 3, which is, of course, way below our expectation and demands to ourselves.
Some people, some people say sometimes he sounds like Jurgen Klopp. Thomas Tuchel. I can't hear it myself, but can you? Well, I find it a very bizarre decision for Bayern Munich to make midway through a season or towards the end of a season. They could still win the Bundesliga. They can still win the Champions League.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I don't get why. What conversation have they had with him by mutual consent? There's never by mutual consent.
No, there's always one pushing the other one.
Yeah. It's like when you split up with a girlfriend. It's never we both agreed.
No.
One of you says, "Can we have a chat?"
Yeah.
So in this case, I imagine it's the club that said.
I think I agree, but I definitely think it's almost a dangerous game because you're right. Maybe the football's not great, but there is still a chance. I don't think they will. I think they still have got a great chance of the Bundesliga. I don't think they'll win the Champions League, but there is still an opportunity for them to win both. You get to the end of the season and he's won the Champions League and he's won the league. It's still mutual consent. Maybe they're sick and tired of the football they're playing. So regardless what happens, but I still think end of the season he leaves with 2 trophies.
Yeah, then he'll be one of the most sought after managers
again
in Europe. Yeah, where does he go then, Benty? What's top of his list? What's top of clubs' lists for managers? I mean, he's going to be incredibly sought after, isn't he? He
will be, but it's just where now because he comes back to the Premier League. Where does he go?
Well, Liverpool looking for a new.
I think Liverpool got their eyes set on Xabi Alonso.
Okay,
fighting with. He's not going to go to City.
Can I ask? Sorry, just on that. Right, Xabi Alonso has had an unbelievable season, but he might finish the season without anything. Yeah. He might, right? And you've got a new manager without any experience, and you've got Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Is that not a risk for a club like Liverpool to go with the inexperienced manager?
Yeah, but I think Liverpool will probably give him time, wouldn't they? They'll probably understand the situation.
I don't know if clubs.
I don't think Liverpool are that type of club. I look at Liverpool, I don't see them as the ones that panic. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, mate. If they start dropping off, a new manager comes in, new ideas.
I still think we'll be given at least a couple of years to get it right. Remember, following Jurgen Klopp, that's a big job.
Well, huge. Absolutely massive. So, but what do you think is the safer option?
I guess Thomas Tuchel would be the safer option, but Thomas Tuchel might not play the brand of football that you want to play. So I think Xabi Alonso's probably, they've got their eyes set on him. And then you start moving. He's not going to go City.
No.
He's not going to United.
Chelsea?
I think Chelsea fans on the whole, the last part of the season when he was there, was sick and tired of the football he was playing.
Right.
So I don't think he goes there.
Would they swap Pochettino for him?
That's a good question. That I don't know the answer to that. But I don't think many of them are having him either. Pochettino.
No, well, you look at where they're at the moment, 10th. That's not good enough for Chelsea.
So then you have to go down to the next kind of echelon of club.
West Ham
potentially.
I've got one for you. Newcastle.
Newcastle's a great shout.
Newcastle's a good shout.
Newcastle's a good shout.
I know Eddie Howe's got a job there, but I just don't think for a club like Newcastle, after getting in the Champions League last season, 8th is nowhere near.
He's not going to Spurs.
No.
So he's limited. So
hold on, you say that. If Big Ange went to Liverpool, would he go to Spurs?
No, I don't think so. Because then they're back to that pragmatic football.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. West Ham? Is that beneath him? Is that an awful thing to say? I don't think that's
beneath him, but I'm just looking at his resume. The guy, he's won the Bundesliga, he's won the Champions League, Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup. Like, he has won, he's got to Champions League finals before. He lost 2 finals to Liverpool on penalties. Like, he's a good manager. I wouldn't say West Ham's beneath him, but he'll look at that and go, I want to be at a club that's in the Champions League.
If Arteta left Arsenal to go somewhere,
I'll take him.
Would you?
I'll take
Thomas
him.
Tuchel?
Yeah.
Okay. Out of 10, mark him for me.
Oh, his resume is pretty decent.
Yeah.
8.
8 minimum, right?
Yeah, 8. I would say minimum, but 8.
Champions League? Might win it again? Might win the Bundesliga?
I get that. One Champions League doesn't make you a 10, does it? Di Matteo is a 10, is he?
There's always the exceptions to the rule.
No.
Following the news that Bayern Munich have confirmed manager Thomas Tuchel will leave the club at the end of the season by mutual consent, Simon Jordan joined Jim White and Danny Murphy. He said Tuchel's performance at Bayern Munich shows that maybe Todd Bowley's decision to get rid of him wasn't as daft as people first thought.
Tuchel is what Tuchel does, and when people start, we're not all these people, Todd Bowley's a clown, got rid of Tuchel, didn't know what he was doing, he was this and he was that and the other, and then you roll forward to where Bayern Munich are, you might find some more answers in the reasons why Thomas Tuchel didn't last at Chelsea rather than just an idiot American didn't know what he was doing.
I still think Chelsea would be in a better state though with Tuchel than they would
Of
have been
course
now.
they would. It was an awful decision to get rid of him.
I think so.
You can't get rid of a manager that's done that. And then look, it's not just getting rid of a manager. It's getting rid of a manager. A new manager comes in, new ideas, new players. Out go some, in comes some. It's,
exactly.
it's not just the fact sacking someone and bringing someone else in. 03717223344 is the number that you lot have dialed to answer the question. Do you want him at your club? Travis is first up. Hello, Travis.
Hey lads, how are we?
Oh,
good.
Travis?
That's good. I'm a Liverpool supporter.
Travis, we can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you put the phone under your mouth so we can hear it properly?
Yeah, can you hear me now, lads?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's good. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool supporter. Just calling up about Thomas Tuchel. I just don't think he's the right fit at all. He sort of comes in, does it for a couple of years. Obviously, he wins trophies, which is what you want. But Liverpool is a club where we want to have a project. So we want someone like Xabi Alonso come in, give him time. He's young. We've got a good squad there. Jurgen Klopp's leaving him in a good position. So let him come in and work with the young players and all that over the next few years.
Yeah, listen, it's a good point. And it almost feels like, and you kind of said it there, Travis, it feels like Thomas Tuchel almost sliding into that Mourinho, couple of years, out he goes, Conte-type managerial role. So you don't think he'd be there for the long term?
No, I don't think so. I don't think... He obviously has trouble with the board and things like that as well. Like, it seems like everywhere he's been, he's had issues with people upstairs. So I just don't really think it's the right fit.
Okay. Who do you want to replace Klopp?
Xabi Alonso, for sure.
Yeah. Let's speak to Chris. Thanks for your call, Travis. Speak to Chris, a Newcastle fan. Hi, Chris.
Hello, lads. How you doing?
We're good. Did you say Hawaii, lads? Is that what you said?
No, I said all right, lads.
Oh, fine.
Sorry.
Okay. Thought I'd get a nice Hawaii from you. How are you? Are you all right? You good? You well?
Yeah. I'm good. Yous.
Good. Hey, what's it like being a Newcastle fan at the moment? Because you're top 10, but your season last season was unbelievable when you got Champions League football. So what's it like at the moment?
It's a hard one. It's hard. We had a lot of injuries, had a lot of struggles. So I think it is a hard one. Like, I'd love to be up there again, but probably just I think we were ahead of where we're meant to be last season.
Yeah.
So it's kind of not too bad. Yeah.
Do you think that's put more pressure on Eddie Howe?
No, I think if you look at it realistically, like I said previously, we've had so many injuries. Every time we get one back, somebody else gets injured. And like, if you look at the teams we've had to put out, if Cooper Smiley hadn't stepped up this year, we would have been totally, absolutely under the cosh because we don't even have a centre, like more than 2 centre midfielders fit. So I think, I know you mentioned would you get Thomas Tuchel in for Eddie Howe, but I think you've got to give Howe like the summer because we couldn't even bring people in because of FFP and everything like that. So
Chris, let me ask you a question then, because we know, listen, Eddie Howe's a fantastic coach. He was brilliant last year when you guys got to the Champions League. Probably bowed out the Champions League a little bit disappointingly this year. But then what happens next year then? Because if you finish 10th this season, you keep him, fair enough. I think he's earned the right. But then what's the expectation then for next year?
Right back up to the top. Big sum of transfers and see what happens. I mean, I think Sandro Tonali will be a big player for next year as well. So,
yeah, I wonder if
I don't know. Challenge top 5, top 4.
I wonder if Newcastle fans feel a little bit like Tottenham fans, where league finish is almost irrelevant. You're desperate to get silverware.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I would happily get top 7 this season, go into Europa League or and win that. I mean, look at West Ham last season. I'd absolutely love that just for Newcastle.
But would you take finishing 17th on goal difference and winning the FA Cup for one season? You would.
Yeah. My dad's 65. He's never really seen. I mean, just when he was just a little boy went.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that really, but yeah, I would definitely take that.
Okay. All right. Well, good call. Thanks for that, Chris. Have a lovely day.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's interesting, isn't it? A group of supporters that are desperate for silverware. Desperate. So I don't put Crystal Palace in. It's almost like
they're happy to be just bobbling along.
Yeah. It's almost like what you expect from your club.
Well, do you know what it is? I think for Newcastle, so many people say Newcastle's a big club, right? Not too many people say that about Palace. But no. Newcastle, with the support they've got, Geordies everywhere, they travel everywhere.
It's like, I know this sentence is wrong, but it's almost like they should be winning things.
Yeah.
And no one has a divine right to win things, but still, that's how you feel when you look at them, right?
Well, you look at in the time scale since they've won anything. I mean, it's a long time for Newcastle. We've seen Wigan win an FA Cup, Leicester win a Premier League, Leicester win an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've seen Swansea win a League Cup, I think it was. Swansea.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.